Sex is a very powerful thing. It releases endorphins in your brain.
I'm over it, time I move past for the closure. I'm older and I'm moving faster than ever. I'm cold with it, whether for casters or whether it's 4 lines or more. I'm the master of never impeding the flow.
What's up, guys? It's Pastor Jordan. I'm back with another video. It's been a while since I've done a Juice Wrld song, and I'm ready for one, man. I've been missing them. Dude, I don't know what to say. I'm just blown away at how fast this channel's growing. We'll probably hit 30,000 by the end of the week. It's Monday today. And that just, that makes me so happy that so many of you connect to what I'm doing and you like what I'm doing. I feel like people get uncomfortable and people, the ones who don't understand the channel or don't like it, it makes them uncomfortable because this isn't a normal reaction channel. We're different. We do it differently here. We don't just hype up the beats. We don't just hype up the lyrics. We really talk about stuff. That's why they're so much longer. That's why they're so different. That's why people get uncomfortable. I have a lot of people say, like, oh, this is cringy, this is that. I don't think it's so much cringy. It's just that it makes you uncomfortable and you don't know how to handle that. It starts stepping on your toes. It starts challenging the way that you live your life and the way that you think. And then you start to get mad. You start to get uncomfortable. That's just the kind of person I am. I want to challenge people. I want people to grow. I want people to look at me and say, hey, you're the reason that I bettered myself. When I was in high school and I was in sports, I was constantly trying to help people get better, constantly trying to help people grow. Whether it was in the weight room or in class or whatever, and even now, as a pastor or just as a person. I use pastor in the name so that you'll watch it. I am a real pastor. I have a real license. I'm a real, licensed pastor. But I never really identify as that. If you ask me what I am first, I'm going to say I'm somebody who loves God and I just want to help people. That's how I identify myself. I don't think titles mean a lot. I don't think they really mean anything unless you're living it. But that's just me. That's how I want to live my life. I want to live the kind of titles that I want to own. I don't want to just have them. But I want to help people. I want to help people grow. And sometimes that's ugly. Sometimes it doesn't look good. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. That's why I feel like people don't vibe with the channel so much. Is because it's going to make you uncomfortable. I challenge myself. I make myself uncomfortable. That's how you get stronger. That's how you get better. If you've ever been an athlete or you've ever accomplished something, you know that it's not always comfortable getting there. But once you get there, you realize how much it was worth it. That's the kind of person I am. But all of that said, all of that put aside, let's just jump right into the Juice Wrld reaction. We're reacting to cigarettes today. A lot of you guys have been asking for this. I'm super excited for it. And, dude, we're just going to get right into it. Let's go, man.
Don't want to be lonely no more.
I feel like cigarettes, I don't know, there's a lot of connotations for cigarettes, right? Some of them are negative, some of them are positive. My mom smoked for the longest time. Probably, I don't know, for her, almost over 20 years, maybe. Almost 20 years. And me and my sister always joke because I've never smoked cigarettes. But I love the way that they smell. And even though I know that the cigarettes smell bad, the smell is just kind of welcoming to me, and it smells really nice, and I'll take a deep breath of it. Probably one, because I was addicted to the secondhand smoke, and then two, because it just reminds me of my mom. Dude, I love my mom. For other people, it means other stuff. I didn't know that Juice Wrld smoked, or maybe he just kind of smoked every now and then, or maybe it was a true addiction too. That's cool though. I don't know. Cigarettes are obviously extremely bad for you. But I don't know. There's not much to say there. There's not much to say about them. There was good lines in the beginning though. Yeah, good lines. In my chest, cardiac arrest. That stuff's cool.
Together.
Have y'all ever felt like that? You're kind of falling off, and you have to kind of hey, you better get it together, or she's gonna start doubting whether or not you still care. And it's not because you don't care. It's just and maybe for you it's school, or maybe with your parents or whatever. But you just know, you're kind of watching yourself spiral. You're kind of watching yourself not be able to make the right choices or not be able to live up to expectations. And eventually somebody's gonna have that talk with you, hey, you're kind of falling off the wagon here. You're kind of falling off right now. What's going on? And you kind of dread those conversations because Either it's just either it's just gonna happen to where they're telling like, hey, you're not meeting my expectations, get it together. For me, like, that's one of my biggest things. When I know that I'm struggling and I'm not meeting up to people's expectations, I don't want them to address it to me, because I know that they don't actually care that I'm not doing well. They're not going to say, hey, Jordan, you were late for this, or hey, Jordan, what's going on? How can I help you? Why are you struggling right now? It's, hey, Jordan, why didn't you do this for me? Hey, Jordan, why didn't you, make this for me? Or I don't feel like you're doing this right now. Like, to me, if somebody is kind of falling off and somebody's not meeting up to expectations, take a second and ask how they are, bro. Take a second and ask, like, hey, is everything okay? Can I help you? I had teachers all throughout elementary school and middle school where I wouldn't turn in homework, or I wouldn't do assignments, or I would like lash out and cause problems in school. And there was never a teacher who said, hey, Jordan, is everything okay at home? Because it was not okay at all. But all they cared about was me meeting their expectations in class so that they could get in and get out and get their paycheck. They didn't want to deal with my life. They didn't want to help me. They just wanted me to sit down and shut up so they could get paid. And so it would be easy. So it was calling mom, or it was doing this or doing that. Nobody ever said, hey, let me see if I can help you. Hey, what's going on? Why aren't you doing your homework? They just assumed that I didn't want to do it. It wasn't because I didn't want to do it. I had deeper stuff on my mind, bro. I had more important things on my mind than to do homework that I already understood. People are going to fall off. When somebody's not okay, they're not going to always be able to meet up to all the expectations. If you have a partner and they're not meeting up to expectations and they kind of fall off, or they feel kind of distant, or they don't immediately assume that they just don't want you anymore. Don't immediately assume that they don't care about their job, or don't immediately assume that, your kids are just losers or lazy. Don't assume that stuff. Ask the questions. Ask the right questions. How are you? What's been going on? He says, I'm trying to show her that I can impress her. I'm trying to show her that I love her. I get that. And I understand the anxiety of not meeting up to people's expectations. And maybe that's not exactly what he's talking about. That's just something that I'm thinking about right now. But if that's you, and you know how that feels, don't at least, maybe I can't tell you how to make other people care about you, because I know that I haven't figured that out yet. But I can say, don't further the cycle. If somebody's falling off, or somebody, lets you down, or somebody drops an expectation, ask them how they are. Make sure they're okay first before you start telling them that they need to get it together. Find out if they're okay, dude. We need that. We need to support. It's Mental Health Month, but we need to be doing that all year long. We need to be doing that for the rest of our lives, supporting each other. I see stuff in the comments and it tears me up, dude. I don't know why. I don't usually let stuff get to me, but it tears me up. It bothers me. And then it makes me it affects everything. But you have to push through, and you have to not further it. I choose to take that, and I don't try to pass it on to others. I don't try to do the same thing to other people. I never ever leave mean comments on other videos because I know how it feels. I only ever post if it's positive, or if it's constructive in a way that I know they're going to take it as positive anyways. That's only because I know how it feels. So if you know how it feels to be put, where you're only expected to perform but not expected to feel, then don't ever do that to somebody else. Or whatever. If somebody hurts you and cheated on you, don't ever cheat on somebody else. If somebody ever beats you, don't ever beat somebody else. If your dad beat you, or your mom abused you, or whatever, don't do it to your kids. We have to learn from the mistakes of others, just like we learn from the mistakes that we make. Don't say, well, I'm just better than my dad because I don't beat my kids. You verbally abuse them, though, because you still haven't healed. Does that make sense? Don't pass it on. Don't carry that down through the lines. Don't carry that into your friendships. Don't, kids get beat up by their dads and then they go beat up kids. They become bullies. We can't do that. We're too old for that. We need to grow up. We need to change. We need to become better. That's the kind of community that I want to make. This video is already way too long. I'm so sorry. Alright, let's just keep going. Sorry, guys.
I'm addicted, I need some more.
I haven't shown them. I have these balloons. The zero's over there, but I have 20K balloons. Maybe it goes like this. No, definitely goes like this. And then the K goes like this. Yeah, the K goes like this. So I have 20K balloons. The zero's over there. But my girlfriend got them for me when I hit 20K last week. And the reason I'm saying this is because I don't think it's cheesy, and I don't think it's dumb to say, hey, I'm so thankful for the people in my life who have come like alongside me and been there for me and helped me. There are a few people in my life who I feel like have saved my life and have been there for me in a super impactful way. Some of you have said that I'm that kind of person in your life, and I'm so glad to be that. That's why I'm still doing this. But there are people like that in my life. My girlfriend is one of them, and I know I've never talked about her like on my main channel, or like maybe just referenced it briefly. But it's like that. When my heart's on the floor, she's somebody that says, hey, it's okay that you're not okay right now. Hey, I'm not expecting you to be anything. I just still care about you. Those are the kind of things, and those are the kind of people you need in your life. And maybe it's not a significant other. Maybe it's a parent that you have, or maybe it's somebody at your church, or if you don't go to church, maybe it's a friend. And if you don't have anybody like that, you gotta find somebody. And if you don't have anybody like that, don't feel like you're less complete. Don't feel like you need somebody. Sometimes I say stuff like this, and then you guys message me in the comments, or you message me on Instagram, and you're like, hey, I don't have anybody like that. Something's wrong with me. I'm not good enough. And it's not like that, bro. People come and they go. There are times where I haven't had anybody like that in my life, and it doesn't make me less. You know, it doesn't make me less worthy, or it doesn't change my value. Whether people see you as valuable or not, you are valuable. You're worth something. And so I say, go find somebody like that, or get somebody like that, because it's okay if you don't have somebody like that. It doesn't mean that you're not good enough. It doesn't mean that you're trash. I hate that people feel like that. You know, it bothers me so much that it's so easy for us to feel like we're not worth anything. And you may not believe it, but God made you. God loves you. God says that you're worth everything. You're worth dying for. Even in your worst moments, you're worth dying for. God didn't die for Christians. He died for people who need Him. He died for people who make mistakes, who sin. You know, it says, when you were a sinner, Christ died for you. Meaning, your worst moment, the worst possible thing you ever could have done, that's when Jesus looked at you and He said, you're still worth it to me. I would still die for you. And He renews that every day. Every day He looks at you and He says, yep, I'd still die for you. No matter what you do in the day. No matter what you did yesterday, yep, you're still worth it. Every single day. That's why the Bible says that we're supposed to love each other like Jesus loved us. Because every single day, no matter what people are going through, you're still supposed to love them. That's how He talks about this girl in this song. That's how I feel about my girlfriend. And that's a good thing to have. And you know what? If you don't have it, it doesn't mean that you're not good enough. It doesn't mean that you're trash. You're not any of those things. That will come. That comes. It takes time, and it takes effort. It takes, investment. Somebody had to get to know me before they were going to treat me like that. You don't just give that away freely. That's a big job. It doesn't always feel good to love me when I'm down. When my heart's on the floor. Sometimes I'm a jerk. Sometimes I'm mean. But somebody chose to do that for me, and I choose to do that for other people. And you know what? Somebody chose to do that for him, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad at least somebody was there to love him. But you gotta have people like that in your life, dude. You gotta have people like that in your life. And if you don't right now, it's okay. If you don't right now, it's okay. It doesn't mean you're worthless. Don't take it as, I guess I'm just not good enough. That's not true, man. That's not true. It's not true. You're worth it. You're good enough. Bro, I'm sorry this video is gonna be long. I haven't talked about Juice Wrld in a minute. And I've had a lot of stuff to think about. I've been reading my Bible, and today I've been reading and I've been thinking, and I've felt a lot of things today. I've been reading comments, and I feel a lot of stuff, dude. Y'all tell me, this is why I say that some people say like this is cringe or this is weird, and I think it's not because it's cringe, it's because it makes them uncomfortable. I heard a pastor say one time, he said, why do the churches never talk about the two things that people think about the most? So what are the two things people think about the most? Money and sex. Now maybe that's not you. Maybe you don't always think about money and sex, but those are popular topics because to most people those are important topics. And maybe not just specifically sex like sex, but sex as in like attraction, as like relationship with another person, like all of that combined. And then money, not just making a bunch of cash, but bills, how are you going to pay your house? How are you going to make a living? The kind of stuff, it kind of encompasses a whole, a lot of issues. sex and money. You know, how are you going to make a living? How are you going to live? And then who are you going to live with? Who are you going to be with? How are you going to find enjoyment? You know, those two things go kind of hand in hand as far as living life, especially in America. You know, it's just, that's what everybody promotes here. That's what everybody talks about. If you have a nice house and you have a nice wife, you know, you're successful. If you have a nice house and you have a nice husband and you got a nice car, you got some good kids, you're successful. But I will say this. He says he's addicted to her. So as a Christian, do I think that's bad? As a pastor, do I think that's bad? No. Here is why. Bible, God made us for connection. God made us for relationships. I personally believe that the prescription to addiction that God gives in His Word is relationships with other people, and not just like, oh, I'm addicted to drugs, so let me go hook up with a bunch of girls. No, not like that. But like when you get closer to people and people come around you to support you and help you, that's what helps you get free. And whether or not you believe in the Bible or you believe in God, look at how people get free. They go to AA meetings. They have sponsors. They have people who help them, because relationships help you get clean. Relationships help you not be addicted. He's saying it right here. Like, she's my addiction. Now I want to get clean so I can live for her. So you guys always tell me in the comments that he was going to quit so he could go get married right before he died. He was going to go to rehab so he could get married and have kids. Excuse me. Relationships are the prescription to getting clean from addiction. And then I was talking about pornography in one of my other videos, and somebody was like, dang, pastor, that's cringe, that's weird, why are you talking about that, you're a pastor? And it's like, bro, this is what you need to hear about. This is in your life. It's obviously in my life. It's something that all of us have to see, even if you don't go on the internet to watch it. People talk about it on TV, people talk about it on Instagram. Like, the stepmom meme is a real thing, bro. Like, this is something that's in everybody's life. Yeah, you have to talk about it. If Jesus was here today, he would talk about it. He's not here today, and he still talked about it. He said, if you look at a woman with lust and you can't figure it out, you can't stop, you need to cut your own eye out. He's saying it's not about the girl, it's not about what she wears, it's about how you act and how you think. These are real issues. If I was just a pastor and I only talked about like stuff from way back in the day, it's not going to matter to you. I want to talk about things that are relevant. That's why I talk about it. And it makes you uncomfortable because now I'm stepping on your toes, because now I'm talking about your personal life when nobody's looking, so you have to call it cringe so you don't have to feel bad about yourself. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not trying to make you feel bad about yourself. But this is what God made us for. Why is sex so addictive? Because it's made to be that way. See, God says that, you know, you're only supposed to be with the person that you marry. And you know, you don't have to believe that, you don't have to agree with me, that's fine, but listen to what I think. God says you're only supposed to have sex with the person that you're married to, and the person that you've chosen to live with for the rest of your life and to love for the rest of your life. Sex is a very powerful thing. It releases endorphins in your brain. It's just like doing drugs. It's just like eating like chocolate cake. Like, those are the kind of things that release endorphins in your brain. It's just like winning, whether it's like a competition or something else. It releases endorphins. It makes you feel good. It makes you want to do it again and again and again. That's why people get overweight. That's why people become professional athletes. That's why people become sexual addicts. That's why people become drug addicts. It's why people become addicted to success. However you choose to get your endorphin releases, whether it's like getting wins on Warzone or sleeping with a girl or doing drugs or all those things, they release endorphins in your brain. They release pleasure receptors in your brain so that you're happy. It makes you feel good. So if you're only getting that release from one person, so you're having sex with your wife, you're only getting it from one person, with your husband, getting it from one person, you associate happiness with them. It makes you addicted to them. It makes you monogamous. It makes you completely unified with that person so that you never want anybody but them. Because you don't associate happiness with sex, because you don't have sex with everybody. You have sex only with her or with him. So you associate happiness with him or her, not with sex. That's why people become addicted to sex and not the person. Because you're not only sleeping with one person. And I'm not here to call you a whore, or here to call you a slut, or here to shame you if you've made, you know, choices that have led you there. I know I certainly haven't made the best choices. But what I am saying is that God designed us for relationship. God designed us to be close to people. This video is way too long. I'm so sorry. And I know this is kind of like crazy, but for the younger people, I still feel like you should hear it, because you should know Don't just give it away right away. God made it so that you can give it to one person and so that you can become addicted to that person. You know, he's talking about some real stuff, and it's not bad stuff. This is good stuff. This is the kind of stuff that was leading him away from drugs and into a better lifestyle. But God made sex so that you could become addicted to the person, not addicted to the sex. But pornography is the exact opposite. It makes you addicted to the sex and not the person, which makes it easier to cheat, makes it easier to, you know, to be looking at other women, to be looking at other men, to make those mistakes, to hurt the person that you love. But I don't think it's wrong to be addicted to somebody that you love. Not in that way. You know, if it's toxic and you literally can't let them leave and you're just like, you're always needing to know where they are, that's toxic and that's insecurity. That's not real, like, love. But like what I'm saying, I think that's great. I think that that's a great thing to have. I think that's how God designed us to be with our significant others. But you need people like that in your life. And if you don't have them, you're not worthless. Those people will come.
Yeah, having breakdowns. Won't be lonely no more.
That's how I feel about my girlfriend, dude. She doesn't watch all my videos. She may never see this, but I know that a lot of you feel like I've been there for you or that I've helped you. But I'm constantly falling apart, dude. I have like a lot of anxiety. I have a lot of depression. I have a lot of things that I'm still dealing with. And she's somebody that I trust and somebody that I am able to open up to. And I'm going to send her this song as soon as this is over and just tell her this is how I feel about her. But this is really cool. I really, really enjoy this. I really, really like, yeah. Dude, I feel it. I feel it heavy.
I don't want to be lonely, no one be lonely no more.
I feel like this song makes it very clear, like, why he wanted to quit and go to rehab and, like, you know, get stuff together and have a family. Like, this was the other part of him that was saying, you know, when he would get high or do drugs, like, hey, there's something better for me waiting and hoping that I don't do this. And it's just, I'm kind of like pushing it off to the side to continue doing this. And even though, you know what you want. I've talked about addiction. I'm not going to get into it right now because this video is long enough. But it makes it clear to me, you know, how somebody could feel that way. Or, you know, I feel like this gives insight. This song gives insight to that situation. That's my girlfriend right now, following me. She's going to have to wait, though. Alright, let's keep going.
Won't be lonely no more. I don't want to be lonely no more.
I can feel it in the comments. You're gonna be like, says all these amazing things about his girlfriend. Like Jordan says all these amazing things about his girlfriend, and then Jordan doesn't even answer. I can see it already, bro.
I'ma meet you back at the corner. I don't want to be lonely no more.
Bro, song's amazing, dude. It just kind of plays out the chorus, huh? Yeah. Alright, so we're done as far as that. This video is super long. I'm probably going to title this Pastor Reacts to Cigarettes, and then the thumbnail will say something like sex and marriage and all the rest of it, because that's what we talked about. But yeah, man, I think that that's a great way to feel. I think that that's a very healthy way to feel. I think that that's what people should be for each other. And even if it's not in a relationship and it's just friends or it's just, you know, family, like, we gotta be there for each other. We gotta pick people up off the floor, wipe away their tears, you know, tell them that they still matter. But so much more so your significant other. So much more so the person that you're addicted to and that you love and you want to be with forever, you know? So I love this song, dude. This is going to be one of my favorites for sure. That's why it ended up being so long. I wanted this to be a quick reaction, and then, because I thought it would just be like something else, but the relationship ones are something that I haven't had a lot of time to talk about. But I definitely relate to it, and I really enjoy it. I know we've done a lot of Juice and X, but I'm reacting to what you guys ask for. That's honestly what it is. It's not that I'm just using them. It's not that I'm just clout chasing. Like, I don't care what I react to. I'm reacting to what you're asking for. When people were only asking for NF, that's what I reacted to. When people were asking for Dax, that's what I reacted to. Now we're here because people have started to ask for this, and by the first one, it blew up, and now here we are. We're still doing them. We're gonna get to Little Peep. We're gonna get to Trippie Redd. We're gonna get to Ski Mask. All those people, and I'm excited to do it. But I don't know, man. I want you guys to understand that I'm not just here to, to make a quick buck. But I do have aspirations. I do have dreams. I do have things I want to accomplish. I want to get married someday. I want to have a family. I want to be able to like live on my own and not, be living with other people. Like, I just have my own aspirations. I have things I want to accomplish that cost money. I have a job. It's not like I sit here just trying to make money off you guys. Like, I work every day. But these are the things that I want to do. I would love to be able to do this full time. I would love to be able to do all of this. But it takes the support, that you guys give, and the support that you guys give is amazing. The way that you can do it, you can buy merch, or you can just watch the videos. And I just started Patreon. The Patreon's gonna be really cool. The Patreon, I'm definitely gonna release like exclusive stuff there. If you want to be the type of person who gets to ask me to react to a song, and that's one of the first ones I do, you're gonna be at the top of the list if you're a Patreon subscriber. If you want to see videos even up to like a month before I post them, behind the scenes, how I write music, how I rap, how I freestyle, vlogs, like tons and tons of exclusive stuff is going to be on there. That's where I'm going to start posting stuff. I have a vlog almost done. It's going to be posted there like a month before I post it on YouTube. Just because I want you guys to understand that I want to take care of you guys too. I feel like you guys think I just want a big name, but you have to remember, my second channel, I'm trying to get the subs on it, and I'm trying to get it up. But that's where I react to your music. Like, I have helped you guys. I have, like, poured into you guys and been there for you guys. It's not just me, I'm so thankful to all of you for supporting me and for being there for me and for, for being on this journey. I love this channel. I love what we're doing. I love what we're becoming. I love the community that we're creating. And to anybody who doesn't understand it, just take some time. Take some time and watch some videos and really listen. Because I'm not who you think I am. I'm not who you want me to be. I'm who I am, and the person that I am, if you take the time to understand me, you're going to get something from it. I promise you that. I promise you that there will be something that you can take away from it. I know that's a super long intro, but I just feel like I have to say all that stuff. I'm struggling a little bit with, wanting to continue and pushing through when things are not going the way that I plan on them going. But I do love what we're doing. I love how we're growing as a channel, and I love how you guys are connecting with me. If you want to talk to me personally, I'm always there on Instagram. I have a lot of messages, so if I don't get to you right away, I'm sorry. Just keep messaging me and I'll get to you eventually. Or you can go join my Discord. We have a lot of fun there. We play games, we talk, we listen to music. I was doing homework for like 2 hours the other day just listening to Juice Wrld freestyles with like people who were listening with me. I love doing that kind of stuff with you guys because I just want to connect to you. I want to be there for you. I want to help you. I want to offer you solutions to your problems and all of that. I really care about what we're doing here. If I didn't, I would have quit a long time ago because of the people who are so rude. But I don't want to quit. I want to continue helping. I want to continue making a difference. And I want you guys to be a part of that. Go join my Discord. Go subscribe to my second channel. I'll probably be streaming there tonight. Go go add me on Patreon if you want to be the first to get new content and you want to be the first to be heard when you want me to react to a new song or something that you would like me to react to. Go buy some merch. Go on Instagram, send me a message, man. I'd love to talk to you guys. That's it though, man. So I will see you in the next video.
11 years I dealt with that the same way. Emotions spiraling, a pilot screaming mayday, mayday. Porn screaming, make way. Make room in your life, I'll be your Potiphar's wife. I'll ease your pain and your strife, I'll be your reason to lie. So you can eat with your eyes, make love with me in your mind. I've been looking for you, I just wanted to help you. I know you're struggling right now, it's been a while since I felt you. I know just the thing that ease the strain, that it overwhelm you. Just forget about your problems with the way that I touch you. I know you think about it, you open pictures.